So for today's video, I do want to take the time to talk about the three most impressive players that we have seen against Real Betis. And to be honest, these three players that I am about to name here, I would like to see these exact three players to feature in the match against Athletic Club. I do think that they have deserved it. They did what they had to do. And yes, even though some of these players are going to be at a very young age, it does not matter. If you perform, if you give out the necessary requirements that you're supposed to put out and also demanded by Xavi Hernandez, you deserve a spot. And so let's first talk about Ferran Torres, because Ferran Torres has been probably the most impressive and most improved player this season. It has been stated that Ferran Torres is the only Barcelona forward with 500 plus minutes who has overperformed his expected goal rate. So for example, Lewandowski, he has 12 goals, but he was expected to score by this time already 13 goals. Ferran Torres has 11 goals, less than Lewandowski, but his expected goal rate was only 6.2. So he has almost doubled his expected goal rate. He has 11 goals, while at the same time, like I've said, his expected goal rate was only supposed to be 6.2. So he has been outperforming in all regards. Joao Felix comes in with 7 goals, but with an expected goal rate of 7 goals. So he is exactly where we want Joao Felix to be in. Rafinha has underperformed, surprisingly. He has 4 goals, but had an expected goal rate of 5 goals. And then we have Lamine Yamal with 2 goals with an expected goal rate of 3.5. So the only player in Barcelona right now that is outperforming their expected goal rate, it is Ferran Torres. Now, one of the main reasons why Ferran Torres has been so amazing on the field, it is because of his change in mentality. And Ferran Torres was asked about his current mentality status, and so this is what he had to say. I think I'm in the best form of my career. I have never been so self-confident. Mentally, I am much stronger. I learned that it's all about mentality. That's what creates that self-confidence that's so important to feel right both on and off the pitch, as well as working hard, staying humble, and being consistent. It's discipline that gets you stand out from the rest. I also try to keep the team united, to make jokes, make sure everyone is looked after, and contribute to my experience. I'm still young, but thanks to God, I have experience for dealing with the triggery parts of a season. And then he wanted to talk about like his shark nickname, and this is what he said. There were jokes at first, but now it's part of my lifestyle. Mentality is important to me and my teammates. They see me as an example to follow, someone who has turned around a difficult situation and that motivates them to do the exact same thing. So I'm so proud of Ferran Torres. It is so clear that he has improved. It is also so clear that he should be starting in every match until he does not perform as well as he should be. But I'm very confident that Ferran Torres can keep out this type of consistency through the rest of the season, because he has been really good since the preseason. Remember that he scored, I think he scored one of the most goals during preseason, and he was scoring goals in the beginning of the season. And so he has been good like all year. And there's no reason for any Barcelona fan to say that Ferran Torres should not start. This guy here knows exactly what it takes to succeed at the club, and he's slowly becoming probably one of the most important players for Xavi Hernandez. And so I do think that he does deserve a spot on the left wing position against Athletic Club on Wednesday night. Moving on towards the next conversation, and that is going to be about Cubarsi. Now, this is the one that gets me the most excited, because if there was one thing that Barcelona do need, it is a future exciting center back, a player that can give 11 to 12 years of great top European defensive football, and that is Pau Cubarsi. Pau Cubarsi is probably the best as it gets when it comes to La Masia and what they produce. He's one of the best, if not the best, probably better than, I would say, Lamine Yamal in terms of their ceiling, because Pau Cubarsi is 16 years old, playing as a defender. Right, as a center back at Barcelona, you need a lot of experience, you need a lot of great mentality work to succeed at a team like Barcelona, because it is very difficult, very difficult. You are required to be also really good on the ball. Pau Cubarsi, at 16 years old, looks very comfortable playing in that position, and he does not make any errors. And that is why I do say that this player here impresses me more than Lamine Yamal, because with any striker or any attacker or maybe even any central midfielder, you're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to challenge the opposition and make those ridiculous mistakes. That doesn't really cost the team a lot. But with a defender, you cannot make any mistakes, because if you do, it leads to a goal and you put down your team. And that is why I say that Pau Cubarsi is someone that really does surprise me, because I don't know if you guys have seen him play, but in this game against Real Betis will be the perfect match for you to analyze him. He's very good on the ball. His composure under pressure is probably one of the best, and he started the second goal that Barcelona scored against Real Betis. He made that pass to Frankie de Jong, and there was like 2 or 3 players trying to pressure Cubarsi, and I'm like, oh my god, like this guy does not even know what pressure is. Then there was a situation where he had to face a 1-versus-1 against Luis Henrique on the 65th minute, where like that striker or like that winger from Real Betis was trying to look for a cross into the box, but Cubarsi did not allow him to even complete the cross. He blocked it. He made a great tackle, and you can just truly see that he does enjoy defending just as much as he likes to play with the ball. And if we look at the heat map here, you can see that he does play very high. He's very comfortable receiving the ball like in the middle of the pitch. That is why you do see like a red area right in the middle of the pitch, right? Is because he received the ball a lot there, and he was very effective. He found the ball for like a lot of the players, a lot of teammates, especially with Frankie Gundogan, like multiple times. And so this is going to be Pau Cubarsi's stats against Real Betis in his first ever start. Keep in mind that he is 16 years old. So he played a total of 81 minutes, had 69 touches, 58 out of 62 passes were completed, 4 out of 5 long balls completed. He was dispossessed 0 times, 1 tackle, 1 block, 2 clearances, 1 interception, 2 ball recoveries, 3 out of 4 duels won, 0 times dribbled past, and then 0 fouls committed. It is the perfect debut for Cubarsi, and I can't wait to see how he does improve through these next 4 to 5 years. And like he just turned 17 years old, so in about 4 or 5 years he's still only going to be 22 years old. And you know what's so crazy about this whole thing is that Xavi wanted to praise Pau Cubarsi, and one of the journalists was asking Xavi, why did you pick Pau as a center back and you did not use the Koundé Araujo partnership? Because I even thought that Araujo and Koundé were going to be the main center back pairing with Sergio Roberto as the right back. But Xavi Hernandez said this, that is because he's ready. He did not lose a single ball, and he had a very impeccable performance today, meaning that he trusts Pau Cubarsi just as much as Koundé and Araujo, and he prefers to have this center back here who is only 16, 17 years old than someone like Koundé in that position. And that tells you a lot of just how much he brings to that defensive line. Then Xavi continued to say, so like I've said, he's a player who's ready. He does not look like he is 16 years old. He's very focused, mature, and he has a strong personality. I don't think he lost a single ball. I think that he will mark an era here, just like Lamine Yamal. And that is going to be the perfect transition to us talking about Lamine Yamal, another player who I think impressed the most against Real Betis, and I do think does deserve a spot against Athletic Club. I think that he should be starting on the right wing position. And I think that in this game itself should be the final game where we can safely say Lamine Yamal does deserve to start in every match. He is no longer a bench player. He is just too effective. He is just too creative. A player that can find so many pocket of spaces, so many through balls, so many key passes. Barcelona simply perform much better, look much more dynamic when Lamine Yamal is on the pitch. Yes, Rafinha does give a lot on the right wing. In terms of like a defensive level, he brings a lot. He hustles a lot, but we just can't take away and sacrifice the creativity that Lamine Yamal brings only because Rafinha knows how to track back more. So Lamine Yamal had 2 shots on the post. He gave out a great assist, which led towards Ferran Torres scoring his hat-trick. And in addition, he was unbeatable on 1v1s. No defender, no player from Real Betis was able to stop Lamine Yamal, not even stop his key passes. And he shows that if you want to be good on duels, you don't necessarily need to be strong. You need to be better at winning duels, and that's by having better technique. And no one beats Lamine Yamal on technique. I think there was a play like very early in the match within the first 10 to 15 minutes where he was dribbling past like 2 or 3 players with ease. Like they couldn't even touch the player. He was just too slick with his moves. And I like the way that he moves with the ball, right? Because he fakes and he feints a lot with the ball, thinking that he's going to go left, but he actually goes right. And so here are going to be the stats that Lamine Yamal had against Real Betis. He had 1 assist, which led towards Ferran Torres' last goal, 58 touches, 3 chances created and 2 big ones. 2 shots hit the post. 5 out of 7 dribbles were completed, which was the most in this match. He had 4 tackles, which was again the most. 1 clearance, 1 headed clearance, 1 interception, 5 ball recoveries, 11 out of 14 duels that were won, which was the most in this match, and 1 foul won. So this is just insane. And to just give you guys even more of a perspective on just how effective Lamine Yamal is, because you don't even necessarily even have to watch the games. You can can just look at the stats here. You can see that Lamine Yamal dominates almost every aspect of the attacking plays that Barcelona have. So when it comes to open play expected assist, Lamine Yamal is in second, just underneath someone like Pedri. That's insane. And above Frenkie de Jong. So he's in the mix between our two most technical players in the middle of the pitch. That's insane. And then when it comes to your expected value that you add to an attack that Barcelona is producing, Lamine Yamal comes in third place, with Pedri and Ferran Torres just above Lamine Yamal. When it comes to expected threats from passes, Frenkie de Jong is of course first because he is simply amazing with his through balls, and then you have Lamine Yamal just in second place underneath Frenkie de Jong. That is again very impressive. Now when it comes to expected threats from carries, like carrying the ball, winning those 1v1s, of course, like we have talked about, Lamine Yamal is first. He wins a lot of duels, and that's very important because it does give a lot of advantages to FC Barcelona, and it surprises the opposition. And then we have Gundogan in second place with Alejandro Balde in third place. And so I am extremely happy for Ferran Torres for turning his career around. I'm also very happy for Cubarsi because he is very, very young, and I think that he has a lot to give for FC Barcelona. I think that these next 3 to 4 years is going to be crucial for the center back. And then lastly, with Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, at just 16, 17 years old, does deserve a spot on the right wing position. He is our definitive right winger moving forward. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.